I welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So for all those crazy people out there who never heard of your boy, who ain't tapped in, they don't know what's going on. North Carolina is in the building. Give us your name and tell us what you do. I welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So for all those crazy people out there who never heard of your boy, who ain't tapped in, they don't know what's going on. North Carolina is in the building. Give us your name and tell us what you do in a couple of seconds.
This is DJ Damu coming straight out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And basically, I'm a vibe curator. I don't like to use the word DJ. You know, that's for what we call the technicians in my mind. But I am the person who comes and fill the space. I am your muse to whatever is needed. And then I'm just a youth motivator. That's it. How's that in a couple seconds?
I like that. I like that. So let's go back to where it all started for you when you were young, North Carolina, all of that. What's up? How did you fall in love with music?
Really, I've been a part of this since age 5. Started out, entertaining the family. I was, entertainer. I was like Michael Jackson and all those type things. But eventually as time moved on, I got introduced to a group in 1990, and the group was called Seven Tribe. So I was a b-boy for them. And then eventually we got more b-boys, and then I became the graphic designer for us, designing the t-shirts and all those things that we would wear at the shows. So, I've been in this since a youth, but as far as really getting true exposure, it was right around 89, 90.
So for those people out there, I don't know who may not be music heads or whatever, explain to the viewers out there, what is a b-boy?
That's a break boy, break dancing, or we call the girls b-girls. So yeah, I was a true b-boy, popping, locking, I did a little breaking. I was, I had the basic skills, your dope back spins and a windmill here or there, but popping was my thing. So yeah.
I like that. So you mentioned you was kind of like Michael Jackson. Were you doing a moonwalk too, along with the break dancer? Was you doing that?
We did all of it. Yeah, we did all of that. Like, you tried your best to emulate, the people that was out there, becoming those staples in this music industry. So, he was definitely one of those people that, you was like, nah, if he can do that, I can do that. And so, yeah, he was definitely that first inspiration for me.
I like that. So let me ask you this. When you did get get introduced to the group Seventh Tribe or what have you, what's up? Did you ever think it would take off the way it did, where you guys would have great synergy together and really work great together, where you the b-boy form and it actually leaded to a great long-term relationship?
Some of us were still connected to this day. But I think we just had an overall love for the culture of hip hop. And we had a dope MC. His name was Taj, but of course eventually he became Taj Mahal. And then we had one of the dopest DJs down here, a white kid by the name of DJ Sound Machine. So if you don't know who DJ Sound Machine is, you might want to look him up. He did a remix for Boogie Down Productions back in the day, I think at the age of like 13. So very heavy, he's a true technician as far as DJ goes. And then, you know, had myself and a young brother by the name of Cray. So yeah, it was just good synergy from the beginning. We felt like this was something that could go places, and you know, we just put our best foot forward in what we had to offer and what we thought, you know, hip hop meant to us. So we gave our best interpretation of it.
I like that. So let me ask you this: in terms of hip hop, because you definitely an avid lover of hip hop. Was your mother a hip hop head? Was your pops a
Nah,
hip hop
nah,
head? Your brother, your sister,
nah,
or was it just
nah.
you?
It was just me. Actually, mother and father didn't really like hip hop until Big Daddy Kane and Heavy D came along. They thought, you know, okay, we got some smooth brothers now who can dress really nice but still do their thing. Not too much cursing in what they did. So they became fans then. But in the beginning, no. They was just like, what is that hip hop boopity boop stuff y'all doing out here? But you know, Heavy D and Big Daddy Kane kind of gave them a different mindset to what this culture was and the diversity that was on the way coming.
All right, I like that. All right. Yo, if y'all just joining us, we are live on the Pimp Game Podcast, and we're out here with the one and only DJ Damu. That's right,
Peace,
Raleigh,
peace, peace.
North Carolina. It's finest right here on the Pimp Game Podcast. So let me ask you this. I know you said you don't like to call it DJing, but in terms of DJing, how does DJ Damu know? Like if you're looking at, I don't know, you're a judge and you're looking at three DJs doing their thing. How do you know who got the juice? Who got it? How do you know between the three DJs who really got the juice?
Well, for me, it's always been about connection. What is your true knowledge of music in general? Um, that's number one for me. And then, you know, somebody who's very attentive to the crowd that they're entertaining. Um, you know, because you have to make that connection, because if you don't, then, you know, for some reason, I don't care how dope you think you are, the crowd, or for some reason, let you know that you're not connecting with them. So you got to connect with your audience, and just a true history of the music. Even though, you know, in today's time, you know, you don't really have to have a history. You just got to know how to really put it together well to make it work. But coming from my era, they wouldn't let you outside until you could do a nice little set and you know, check for flaws and things like that. So you couldn't just come out the house and say that you was a DJ or a b-boy for that matter. You know, hip hop had credentials back then. You know, you just couldn't be, oh yeah, I'm this, and then you come outside and you trash. Ain't nobody gonna co-sign that. So, you know, being in the city, they don't allow that. There's a code to that. So it was the same thing down here. So yeah, just gotta have that connection, and to me, that knowledge of the music. Um, and you'll really see, because the audience still let you know.
Okay, I like that. So, in terms of the DJ, you just said the audience will let you know. Is DJ kind of like, I don't know, comedy, where even though you might be doing comedy for a long time, someone at least get heckled. They at least one comedian gets heckled at least one time, or they get booed at least one time. Is that the
Facts.
same type of thing that happens in the DJ world?
Yes, it can happen. It can really happen. And God forbid now, because now you're dealing with technology, uh, don't let your laptop crash, any of that, because especially if you got them really there, and then your laptop crash, oh my God, you're going to get it from all sides. So you'll get that thing where everybody's dancing, and if the music stops, everybody will look at you, but they ain't looking at you in approval. Yeah, that's the ultimate heckle right there.
All right, I like that. So let me say this. in terms of like when you are playing music, do you have some DJs out there that like maybe they play just what they like, regardless of the crowd? Like they're gonna play the music that they like because that's what gets them rocking. They may not connect with the crowd, but they're playing what they like. Are there DJs out there like that?
Yeah, you get them like that all the time.
Mm.
You know, and I wouldn't necessarily be mad about that. Because you do get some DJs that try to introduce people to something new. Um, you know, some of your biggest DJs for me, like a Jazzy Jeff or um, you know, Scratch Bastard and people like that, they really do take you on a journey of music, and what they offer is for the people who are seeking that. So you have different types of DJs, but whatever lane that you're really trying to cultivate, you know, I suggest you do that with true believing that it's going to happen. But you just can't go into, to me, like your mainstream crowds and say, well, I'm gonna play this, and you don't play anything that people in mainstream are are liking right now. You won't get away with that. You know, people will just feel like you straight trash. Um, you know, even though what you might be playing may be really good, but if you don't play anything that caters to the people and what they're listening for, um, yeah, you might catch a little rat behind that. But you know, I've
Okay.
just always been the type of person that I don't put my thoughts before the people. You make sure the people are good, and then the people will take care of you.
Mm. Okay, okay, I like that. I like that. So, whose crowd, or who is the crowd that DJ Damu loves to play for? Like when you going out, and you working, you doing your thing behind the turntables. Who does DJ Damu love to be a DJ for? What type of crowd do you like?
Well, right now, Kenny, I'm a independent DJ, so I'm a private events DJ. So for me, because the people that know me, um, I'm kind of allowed to be who I've cultivated this lane of, which, you know, as you can see on my hat, I got Soul Vybe Sessions. So my ultimate goal now is, because I got the YouTube channel and everything, is to make people aware of the independent artists, um, whether they're from the UK, wherever. I'm just about good music now. So the lane that I've been cultivating is strictly for that. But when I go out and do these private events, like I said, I cater to what I'm called for. Now, granted, 40 plus, I love. You know, 40 below, that's a whole different type of work because I'm about frequency. So, you know, for everybody who can deal in that frequency, cool. I can deal in it, but after I come out of it, I got to decompress. So it ain't that I can't, but I prefer 40 plus.
So what's the difference? Because you said there's a little bit of trouble with the 40 and below. What's up with 40 and below? What's the problem with the 40 and below?
Well, it's just, I feel like, you know, and this is just my opinion. So let me go on and put the disclaimer out there. Um, I feel like the frequency that they got us on right now is not a high vibrational frequency. You know,
Mm.
unless you're playing something like Afro beats. And of course, for me, I do soca, I do a little bit of salsa. I do, I like things that's going to keep us high and vibratory. And I feel like a lot of our music, I'm not going to say it's dark, but it's just, I don't see a whole lot of positivity. And for me, because I deal with youth on a day-to-day basis, especially with what me and my partner do, trying to either keep kids out of prison or keeping them from going back to prison. I just try to make them understand everything from the vibe that they got us on to what you're being fed, whether it's through propaganda or whatever the case may be. So, you know, like I said, it's not that I can't do it. It's just I like to see us in a more high vibratory state of love for each other. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, I don't like to be in places and I feel like we ain't got that love in that room. You know what I mean? I just, I love us. I do. You know, if Sister Ariani ain't tell you nothing else about me, I am an advocate for us and that positive mindset and in that heart space. So I fight with that with every fiber of my being. So
well said, well said, well said indeed. All right. Yo, if you are tuned in, we are here on the Pimp Game Podcast, and we are here with the one and only. That's right, DJ Damu, Raleigh, North Carolina, in full effect, right here on the Pimp Game Podcast. So, you mentioned music and really liking good vibes, positivity, and all of that. What's up with the music industry? Why is it that they, or in your opinion, why do you feel they're giving us such negative music, you know, with some of these artists and things of that nature? And sometimes some of the great music is not being played. In your opinion, why is the negativity being pushed instead of the love?
I just feel like that's where the money is. But the sad part about it is I feel like right now with everything that's going on in the industry, you're kind of seeing it's run its course now. So I feel like honestly, there's a great reset that's coming. So for anybody that's an artist, creator right now, this is your time to really be about you and how you really want to see music, content, or anything put out. You know, you got labels consolidating, cutting of staff. So, you know, I don't see too much really going on with mainstream right now, you know, outside of the Drakes and a few other people. So for me, I feel like this is our time to go on and bring balance back to this situation because it's looking real ugly right now.
Wow,
I mean, you know, you got, because like, let's be honest, okay? Like when you start saying, okay, off the top of your head, name 10 artists right now, that's fire. Give me 10 main. And
Very
most of the
tough,
time,
right?
people can't say. So what that means, even in regards to America in itself, you got Afro beats kind of taking over, like that's the new wave. Then they're slowly but surely sliding in the Asian phenom of K-pop. They calling it K-pop America. So eventually, like I said, if we're not careful and watching what's really going on, there's not going to be a lot of room for a lot of American artists, because they got to compete with now this Afro beats and this K-pop phenom coming over here. And that's, you know, if you know anything about K-pop, that's crazy right now. You go look at their views, the artists over there, you know, they're getting 60 million views. It's crazy. So, you know, if we're not careful, like I said, we're going to be slightly phased out. You know, KRS and a couple of our elders, statesmen have been warned us of these things. So, you know, as I say to a lot of people, you know, were they lying? And that's all I ask of anybody. Just keep watching. It's going to get even more interesting.
You know, it's crazy. I was watching an interview, I think a couple of years ago. I think it was Timberland and Missy was on the Breakfast Club.
Right.
And Missy said the same thing. She kind of alluded to the fact that music is like a circle. It'll turn back around to what it was, even though right now we're kind of in a bad state. Everything is really not it's not quality like how it used to be, where you had Wu-Tang and I don't know, DOS Effects, Arrested Development, you know, people like that. Like you really had great music back then. And I mean, people, they didn't even want to sound like each other.
Nobody wanted to sound like nobody.
Nobody, yeah.
Or you was considered garbage. Or as you know, the MC Shans and everybody said back in the day, you was a beat biter. So it's like you didn't want to be considered none of that. You didn't want to be called a biter. You didn't want to be called none of that, because everybody was about authenticity. It was like, what can I add on to this culture? And then give or take, you got to understand, like, this culture came out of the ashes of gang life and all those things. So to see it now almost coming 360, as Missy said, we right back to the gang life again. So if nobody's really paying attention to that, then like I say, you know, these are the things that some of our elder statesmen that chose not to go that route, like the KRSs and a few other people, they were letting you know that if we don't get some type of hold on this, then, you know, this is where we'll be. And like I said, we're here. So, you know, it's not to knock anybody, because like I said, I don't get into all the sensitivity. And as soon as you say something, people are, oh, what does he know? It's just, this is what I see. This is my opinion, and that's where I leave it. So, you know, everybody got opinions. Whatever you think it is, it is. But for me and what I deal with on a day-to-day basis, this is what I see. So I respect everybody's thoughts. I just know that we're heading towards something darker if we're not careful. And that's where I'll leave it.
Okay. I like that. So you've had the opportunity to work with some of the greats like Tony Terry, Troublefunk, Kindred the Family, stuff like that. What's up? Is there anybody else, any other people you're looking forward to working with in the near future?
Well, and just to be clear on those things, like I did do work with Tony Terry. That was, you know, I was out on the road with him. He was in a play called If This Hat Could Talk. It was based off of the real life story of civil rights activist Dorothy Heights. So that was real dope. Basically, I was the guy, took care of the merch, took care of the bag, you know, that type of thing. Troublefunk, those are my people out of DC, you know, got introduced to them, did a little road work with them as well. Kindred, that was somebody I had the honor of sharing a stage with. We had an event down here some years ago called a r&b Festival. And I was the DJ for the event, and they actually performed. And I think that was one of the, I would call that that was one of those pillars in my DJ career, because I really love the husband and wife duo and the music that they put out. So to actually get to share a stage with them, that was an honor for me. So if I had the choice of wanting to potentially work with anybody or share a stage with somebody, there's a couple artists I look at right now. There's a young lady by the name of Alex Isley. If you don't know her, look her up. I would love to do something with Moonchild. There's a group out in the UK called Children of the Zeus. Phenomenal duo, dope. Not only are they MCs and songwriters, but they're also producers. And then there's another brother by the name of Jael. Jael is actually a good friend of the group that I work with now called Innocence. And Jael is really doing it out there heavy with my man Joe K and them with Selection Radio. So if you get a chance, definitely check that group out. They are phenomenal individuals.
Okay, okay, okay. I like that, like that. I like that. Well said indeed. So let me ask this. In the midst of working with people that have the notoriety and all of that, is it a thing where DJ Damu maybe sometimes gets starstruck because maybe you're surprised you're working with these people? Does that happen even though you've been doing your thing in the industry for a while now? Did you still get starstruck?
Honestly, no. I think the only two people well, there's three that if I got to do something with them, I may be starstruck. That would be uh the elder Frankie Beverly, um, the elder Stevie Wonder, and then I look at what would be my third? Um, I would have to say Roy Ayers.
Mm.
I saw him a couple years ago, and I kind of look at those statesmen like, you know, if something was to happen to those individuals, I think the world is going to stop again. Kind of the same way when Michael Jackson passed or when Prince
Mm.
passed. Um, you talking about somebody as great as Stevie Wonder, definitely might be a little starstruck, but just to be in his presence and get that wisdom from him, considering he was this man who they say allegedly was blind. But now you get these stories somehow he's able to walk across the street and know all these certain things. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So it's like, yeah, all right. I'll believe that when I see it. I'll have to meet him and get that story personally. But,
Right.
yeah, those will be the three. Um, you know, I just know like with everything that they have done with this industry, they have really been uh milestone uh pillars for this industry. Um
Mm.
you can't really look at nothing bad Stevie's done. Frankie Beverly and Mays been on tour forever, but have never really done TV appearances. Nobody thinks about that.
Mm.
Um, they haven't really received a lot of awards, but you see their name on the marquee, it's gonna be packed out there for them. So got a lot of love and respect for those people.
Okay, all right. I like that. I like that. So, who is DJ Damu's top 5 DJs?
Yo, this your boy Kenny D. Hey, I didn't mean to interrupt your show, but I just want to take a quick minute, just to let you guys know. If you want to see more dope interviews like this one, make sure you go on YouTube and check out Pimp Game Podcast. All right? And don't forget about our website, pimpgamepodcast.com, to see all your latest Pimp Game episodes. All right? We got you. Man, I'm done talking. Back to the show.
Maybe all time or what have you. Who is DJ Damu's top 5 DJs of all time?
Well, just for me, definitely Jazzy Jeff. Right now, as far as hot plate coming out of New York, Mr. No Headphones himself, DJ Melstar. I love DJ Scratch Bastard. You can never go wrong with also DJ Scratch, who's just phenomenal at what he does. And then, I have to go out West Coast with the Invisible Scratch Pickles. That's Qbert and all of them. So, they squad always been tight. Just an awesome group of DJs, man. So that would be my top 5.
Well said, well said. Nice top 5. So, a couple of years ago, the music industry was hit with a huge blow with a DJ. I don't know if you know him yourself. DJ K Slay
Yes.
passed away.
Yes.
Did you ever get a chance to meet DJ K Slay? How was your interaction with him? If you did meet him or what have you? Tell me about DJ K Slay if you do know about him, and have you ever had a chance to meet him?
Nah, I never really. I think I was at one event when he came to the Carolinas, but you know, I got a couple of friends, you know, a lot of friends, you know, from New York that, you know K Slay, and you know, it's been nothing but, you know, he was just true to who he was. Not too many DJs will be able to go anywhere in any hood, and you know, you ain't walking with no security or none of that, and he's welcome like that. So the one thing I will say is that true pioneer, true legend, not only as a DJ, but he was a dope graph writer. Let's remember that. He was a graffiti writer too. So he was nice with that aerosol can. Let's be clear. But very, very respected. What he said he would do, he would do. He didn't play those type of games, but he was also one of the first that really gave people in the streets who he thought was hot that opportunity. You know, he did set that mark of, you know, I am the streets and I'm gonna bring the streets to you. So K Slay was definitely, man, just again, he carved that lane and he stuck to it, and he was well respected for it. So definitely rest in heavenly power to the one and only K Slay.
All right, yeah, shout out to DJ K Slay. Rest in peace to that brother. So, another pioneer in the game. Today's quick topic of the show is Diddy. That's right, P. Diddy. The feds raided his house. Granted, he wasn't there. They arrested some of his kids and things of that nature. DJ Damu, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts on everything that's been going down with Diddy and the feds raiding his house?
That's a touchy subject, fam. I'm gonna be honest. I just feel like I just say this: if what he did is what he did, then let justice take care of that. Now, as far as the way some of it is happening in comparison to some of the other people who have been called out for these same types of situations, I don't feel like you needed a whole entire SWAT team and all of that to come and raid this man's house. You know, granted, I don't know how his kids feel about being arrested, but that's where my concern comes in. You know what I mean? Like, Puffy's a grown man. You know, whatever he did is what he did. I just, like I said, man, it's a bad time for hip hop right now because I feel like it ain't gonna just stay with him. I feel like eventually something else is going to leak out, and then all of a sudden now we're talking about another artist, and I'm just like, you know, because for me it all started when they came after, when the rumors were circulating about Bambaataa, you know. So it just seemed like ever since then it's like, let's dig deeper, let's dig deeper, let's dig deeper. Oh, we didn't know that. So now it's like, all of these legacies that are being created now are being just torn. And you know, somebody said to me when we were talking the other day, even if with these civil cases, if he's proven innocent, his career is done. Like, there's no coming back from that. And to me, if he does come back, he's going to be under such a microscope that who's going to really want to re-sign up? Because they just said as a recent, he just sold off his shares of Revolt. So, you know, it's just, it's a bad time. But at the same time, as I've said to the youth, what you do in the dark shall eventually come to the light. So it's all about the energy that you put out. You know, you can cover it up, but so long, but eventually something's going to resurface that's going to cause you to have to acknowledge, you know, what you were doing in that dark place. So that's all I really got to say about it, man. It's just, it's unfortunate, but main thing I think about, like I said, is King Combs, you know, and his other son. You know, even the daughter wasn't present, even though the house they raided, I think, what is the one in LA that's in his daughter's name? So it's just, it's unfortunate, bro. Like I don't wish that on no black man, but at the end of the day, if that's what you were dabbling in, then you got to answer for that. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Yeah, what you do in the past or whatever happens in the dark, you said it really beautifully, if I could say it like that. Whatever happens in the dark will eventually come to the light. True.
Absolutely.
Indeed. All right. So as far as DJ Damu goes, do you have any up-and-coming projects you could let us know about, or anything you might be working on right now or planning to release in the future? Any competitions, DJ competitions, whatever? What does DJ Damu have in the works right now?
Well, like I said, I got a thing on YouTube right now. It's called Soul Vybe Sessions. That's spelled with a Y. That's VYBE Sessions. Been doing it for about a year now. You know, kind of coming out of my shell because I've always been a behind the scenes person. So I finally got coerced into coming into the light, as they like to say, and just do something that I love to do. So Soul Vybe Sessions is my way of just giving back to us. You know, as I told people with Soul Vybe Sessions, I just want to be the muse to your home. You know, if you home with a good book, good hot cup of tea, glass of wine, whatever, you can put on a Soul Vybe Sessions and just let it run. I don't do any talking. I just let the music speak for itself. The biggest thing I got coming up with Soul Vybe Sessions, though, is second week of May, we getting ready to take a trip up to Stone Mountain, North Carolina. It looks just like Stone Mountain, Georgia, just without the Confederacy stuff carved in on the rock. But we're going to go and shoot an episode from the top of that mountain. So it's going to take a little hiking, but we're going to pull that off. And we're going to, I think that's going to be a monumental thing for me because I actually had this vision of DJing from a mountaintop. So when my boy called me, he was like, yo, I think I got the spot for you. I said, okay. So we went out there and I was like, nah, this is it. So it's going to take us about 4 weeks to prep and get the staff together. But second week of May, man, that's the target. But like I said, I'm a private events DJ, so most of my stuff don't really get advertised. Most of my stuff is word of mouth based on who I'm doing it for. And like I said, man, just my continued work with the youth, you know, because the babies are everything for me. I know after me, it's them. So if I can plant that seed in some of them to understand their value and who they are, so that they'll want to leave their mark as well, then I've done my job, man. I'm not a real difficult guy. I just know what my purpose is, and I'm sticking to that.
I like that. I like that. You know what your purpose is, and you're sticking to that. I really like that. All right. So for that young girl out there want to be the next DJ Damu, or that young boy out there want to be the next DJ Damu, what's up? What would you tell them if they wanted to get in the music industry as a DJ?
First and foremost, try to find you a mentor. You know, even though I know they say things are moving fast right now, and you know, we're kind of losing the aspect in the bridging of the gaps. But for me, get you a mentor, somebody who can actually teach you music altogether. I think sometimes we as being elder statesmen, we get so caught up in what we came from. But if we're not willing to go share really what we came from with the youth and then listen to them as well to see where they are, then and only then will we ever be able to bridge this and make it better. So I love being amongst the young people when it comes to those things. Because they teach me. Like, I wasn't a social media head. I was none of that, so it was them who kind of bought me out, like, yo, Mr. Green, you need to. And I was like, okay. So, I let them be the teachers in that aspect. You see what I'm saying? So for me, it goes back to, I think, each one teach one. So youth can teach us something as well as we teach, but let's just be better listeners while we're teaching. I always tell people it's better to talk with the youth than talk at the youth.
Well said.
They'll tune you out. Trust me. If they feel like you talking at them, they'll tune you out. You done lost them after the first 10 seconds. They already know if you're trying to talk with them or you're talking at them. So.
Wow. Well said. Well said. Okay. Well said. In terms of DJ Damu's scheduling and all of this stuff, if someone wants to book you for a show, or I don't know, they want you to come to a private party, whatever, how do they get in contact with DJ Damu?
They can hit me via email. And of course, that's djdamu.ndbe@gmail.com. I'm actually getting with a group of, again, young people, and they're going to create my website. So probably within the next couple months, I'll have a website, and that way people can do the bookings through the website. Of course, I got my Instagram where people can DM you, and my Facebook page. So, and of course, the Instagram is THEE DJ Damu. So the DJ Damu. And then Facebook is DJ Damu. So that's where I can be reached, brother.
Okay. I like that. All right. So for all those people out there who've been rocking with you, North Carolina, Raleigh, coming to your shows, the private events, all of that, the scratching, everything, dealing with Troublefunk and Kindred the Family, all of that. What's up? Any final thoughts for your fans before we sign off on Pimp Game?
Just continue to stay tuned, man. Like I said, we getting ready to create something that is going to be, as we like to say in the streets, I'm all the way to the left. So if you want to come left, come left. Because over in the right now, it don't look good. So meet me in the left. And we're going to have a good time with what we do, yo. Like, I'm pro-life right now. So like I said, meet me on the left. I know most of the time when we shake hands, we be like, yo, pardon left. But meet me on the left. Right? We got to fix that right. But just stay tuned, man. I'm just really, I'm being pushed to do some things that I thought I would never do. And so I'm excited about it. So, if people just stay tuned in on YouTube, and because my goal with that is DJing out in nature. And it's about putting that right frequency back out along with the healing of Mother Nature in itself. And so that's why I said it's going to be to the left, because most DJs are not doing those types of things. And for me, I had a dream about it, and now I'm just acting on it. So for people who are looking for something different, then that's where we're going.
All right. I like that. I like that. All right. So before I let you go, tell everybody who you chilling with.
Hey, yo, this is DJ Damu, and I'm chilling with my man Kenny D at the Pimp Game Podcast. Make sure that you continue to follow these great people because they are really shining light on honestly people who need that light. So, brother Kenny, keep doing what you're doing. Peace, love, and light to you, and stay motivated.
All right. And that concludes our show for this evening. But before I let you go, I'd like to thank all my viewers out there, as well as my YouTube lovers. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That's right. You're going to go to I Am Kenny D and subscribe on YouTube, and make sure you turn those notifications on so when we upload videos, you are the first to get it. And last but not least, I'd like to thank the one and only Raleigh, North Carolina's finest DJ Damu in the building for blessing us with his presence on the show. I see you next time on Pimp Game. You don't want to miss it. Holla.